Two of football's greatest icons, Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney, once formed one of the deadliest duos in Manchester United's history, but what started as an unbreakable bond eventually turned into a public rift that shocked the footballing world. This is the story of the rise and fall of Ronaldo and Rooney's relationship, fueled by ambition, competition, and unforgettable moments. In the summer of 2003, an 18-year-old Portuguese winger named Cristiano Ronaldo arrived at Old Trafford. Sir Alex Ferguson saw something special in him, an extraordinary dribbler, full of flair and ambition. Ronaldo made his debut against Bolton Wanderers on August 16, 2003, instantly impressing the crowd with his skill. He played 40 games in his first season, scoring 6 goals and providing 8 assists. Meanwhile, in Liverpool, a young powerhouse named Wayne Rooney was making waves at Everton. Strong, aggressive, and with a keen eye for goal, he was England's golden boy, a prodigy who seemed destined for greatness. Rooney made his Premier League debut at just 16 years old, scoring a stunning last-minute goal against Arsenal on October 19, 2002. He quickly became the youngest goalscorer in Premier League history at the time. A year later, in 2004, Manchester United secured Rooney's signature for a then-record fee for a teenager, £27 million. In his debut, he announced himself in spectacular fashion with a hat-trick against Fenerbahce in the Champions League. That season, Rooney scored 17 goals in 43 appearances, cementing himself as one of United's brightest stars. On the pitch, their connection was electric. Rooney's strength, vision, and work rate perfectly complemented Ronaldo's flair, agility, and finishing ability. Together, they helped United dominate English football. In the 2006-07 season, Rooney scored 23 goals and provided 14 assists, while Ronaldo contributed 23 goals and 20 assists in all competitions. The 2007-08 season was their pinnacle. Ronaldo scored a staggering 42 goals in 49 appearances, winning the Premier League Golden Boot and the European Golden Shoe. Rooney played a vital role, scoring 18 goals and assisting 12. Their partnership led United to a historic double, winning both the Premier League and the UEFA Champions League. On July 1, 2006, England and Portugal faced off in a high-stakes clash. Rooney had been a key figure throughout the tournament, contributing a goal in the group stages. Ronaldo, meanwhile, had already netted twice, playing a crucial role in Portugal's journey. Then, in the 62nd minute, came the moment that would send shockwaves through football. Rooney, battling for the ball, tangled with Portugal's Ricardo Carvalho and, in the struggle, ended up stepping on the defender. Ronaldo, sensing an opportunity, sprinted towards the referee, passionately demanding action. The official wasted no time. Rooney was shown a straight red card. As he walked off, cameras captured Ronaldo giving a subtle yet unmistakable wink to the Portuguese bench, a gesture that would soon dominate headlines around the world. England, reduced to 10 men, battled to a penalty shootout, but ultimately fell short. Ronaldo himself delivered the winning penalty, further cementing his role as England's tormentor. He finished the tournament with 3 goals, while Rooney left in frustration, his World Cup dreams shattered. The press pounced on the story, painting Ronaldo as the villain who had betrayed his clubmate. Pundits debated whether their partnership could survive such a public fallout. In the immediate aftermath, Rooney sought to downplay any suggestion of bad blood.
People say things you don't know the pair of us, and I think out there we let our football do the talking today.
Despite all the noise, what followed at Manchester United proved the doubters wrong. Rooney and Ronaldo came back stronger than ever. Ronaldo had a record-breaking season, netting 31 league goals, becoming the first United player since George Best in 1968 to achieve such a feat, while Rooney contributed 12 goals and 11 assists. Following United's Champions League triumph in May 2008, Ronaldo publicly expressed his desire to join Real Madrid. Despite the summer saga, Ronaldo returned to United and delivered another exceptional season. Though not quite as prolific as his 42-goal campaign in 2007-08, he still managed 26 goals in all competitions. However, signs of frustration were evident. Ronaldo often showed irritation on the pitch, and there were moments when his body language suggested he knew his time at United was coming to an end. He was still a match winner, but the joy and hunger that defined his earlier years at the club seemed slightly diminished. When Manchester United announced Cristiano Ronaldo's return in August 2021, fans erupted in celebration. His arrival was expected to lift the club back to the top and bring a winning mentality to the dressing room. Wayne Rooney, who was then working as a pundit, was quick to offer his opinion on Ronaldo's return. While he acknowledged Ronaldo's greatness, he also questioned whether bringing him back was the right move for United. Rooney argued that the club should have focused on younger, hungry players, instead of an aging superstar who offered little beyond goals. His comments hinted at concerns that Ronaldo's presence might hinder the team's long-term development. Ronaldo, though, made an immediate impact, scoring twice on his second debut against Newcastle United. He continued to be a key player, particularly in the Champions League, where his late winners against Villarreal and Atalanta helped United progress from the group stage. However, despite Ronaldo's individual brilliance, the team struggled for consistency. There were claims of dressing room divisions, with some players frustrated by Ronaldo's influence and others disappointed in the team's performances. United finished the season in 6th place, meaning they failed to qualify for the Champions League. By the 2022-23 season, it was clear that Ronaldo's role at United had diminished. New manager Erik ten Hag preferred a more dynamic and high-pressing attack, often selecting Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial ahead of him. Ronaldo, now 37, struggled to adapt to a reduced role and was visibly unhappy with his lack of playing time. The situation reached a boiling point in October 2022 during a match against Tottenham Hotspur. With United leading 2-0, ten Hag instructed Ronaldo to come on as a late substitute. However, instead of following the manager's orders, Ronaldo stormed down the tunnel before the final whistle, refusing to take part. This act of defiance led to widespread criticism, with Rooney among those who condemned his behaviour. Rooney did not hold back, calling Ronaldo's refusal to play an unwelcome distraction and arguing that his actions were detrimental to the team's unity. He implied that Ronaldo's ego was getting in the way of Manchester United's progress, reinforcing his previous stance that the club should have moved in a different direction instead of bringing him back. Ronaldo's frustration with his critics, including Rooney, reached its peak in November 2022 when he gave an explosive interview to Piers Morgan. In the interview, he launched scathing attacks on Manchester United, criticising the club's lack of ambition, outdated facilities, and the way he felt he had been treated. However, he also took direct aim at Rooney, responding to his former teammates' criticism in a thinly veiled attack.
I don't know why he criticized me so bad, or because he finished his career with 30. I'm still playing high level. I'm not gonna say that I'm looking better than him, which is true, but...
These comments made headlines worldwide and confirmed what many had already suspected. The friendship between Ronaldo and Rooney was beyond repair. Ronaldo further emphasised that he no longer considered Rooney or Gary Neville a friend.
It's hard to listen that kind of criticize and negative about people who play with you. For example, Gary Neville as well. They are not my friends.
Rooney, however, seemed unfazed by Ronaldo's remarks. When asked about the situation, he responded with a mixture of humour and sarcasm, saying,
"It's strange, some of the comments are strange. It's not criticism. What I've said is age comes to all of us, and Cristiano obviously is feeling now that he's found it hard to deal with that."
This response subtly reinforced the idea that Ronaldo's actions were driven by insecurity rather than genuine grievances. By refusing to engage in a direct war of words, Rooney positioned himself as the more mature figure in the dispute, while Ronaldo's emotional response only added fuel to the fire. Shortly after the interview, Manchester United announced that Ronaldo's contract had been terminated by mutual agreement. His departure marked the end of a turbulent second stint at the club, one that had begun with immense promise but ended in controversy and acrimony. Cristiano Ronaldo's return to Manchester United was meant to be a triumphant homecoming. Instead, it became one of the most controversial periods of his career, marked by conflict, frustration, and an unceremonious exit. Among the many casualties of this turbulent chapter was his friendship with Wayne Rooney. While they had once been one of football's most dynamic duos, Ronaldo's return reignited tensions that had perhaps been simmering for years. Rooney's critiques of Ronaldo's attitude and role at United clashed with Ronaldo's own perception of himself as a footballing icon. Their public spat, fueled by Ronaldo's Piers Morgan interview, ensured that their relationship could not be repaired. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. It really helps the channel grow, and you won't miss out on future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.